Let me show you the dashboard that takes care of the SEO of ThoughtMint. As you can see over here, it has everything from the overview where I have the monthly impressions, a month, week on week, a month on month, how it is increasing, how many pages, index, what's the average position, active task for the SEO, content gaps according to the competitor analysis. Over here, you can see that then the competitors that has been tracked so far till June 12th. What are the pillar which has been mapped over here? In the decaying pages, 0, as it is a new site, there's no decaying pages as of now. And the distribution, which is very critical, because once the content is created, it needs to be distributed to X, to Twitter, to LinkedIn, and different platforms. So this is day 2 of my 14 days business automation series. Let's get started. So there are 10 skills which has been used in this particular SEO optimization that I'm doing for ThoughtMint, a LinkedIn personal branding tool, where you don't need to do manually the keyword research, you don't need to write manually, you don't need to publish it, distribute, you don't need to manually distribute also. So the whole system has been orchestrated. Now, the problem with the existing SEO is that you need to spend roughly 10 to 15 hours per week as a founder or as a marketer. If you're a solo founder, then that is the kind of time you need to invest into that. You need to look for the keyword research. You need to look into the Google Search Console data every week on week, and month on month, and so on. The competitors and the system does not talk to each other. And that is what the agencies automate. This exact system I have been doing for the companies where we automate. As an SEO executive, we have automated a lot of the systems. We were part of the systems. We were doing it for the clients. And now we have automated all of those things for my own website. And then there is a whole skill set which create the content task, basically the task manager skill, which based on all of this analysis creates a set of tasks for me. So that is the bottleneck which we have removed now with the system. We have the skills, we have the brain, we have the data layer. Majority of that sits in my local machine in the form of JSON and this .skill MD files. You just look at the architecture of it. You have GSC data. So basically I go to the Google Search Console and export that Google Sheet and move that Google Sheet into the 7 days Google Sheet into GSC folder that I have created. After moving that thing, I just give a command to the Claude every Monday, like, okay, I've moved it. Now analyze and see where we stand so far. And it will pull the data and it will update the JSON file. And in that moment, it will also get reflected into the dashboard. This is how it works. Now, moving on to the phase 1, the internal intelligence, basically. So once we have moved, as I told you, that it starts the analysis. It will create that, okay, these are the quick wins. You have this low CTR where you're losing the ground, which are the new keywords coming in, and will update the learning and also the article performance. So based on that, it will create the task for you. Now we move to the second skill. Now you have the competitor analysis. I have already hard coded 15 of the competitors which are there of ThoughtMint. So there are many players in social media, content creation or personal branding space. I have already given the sitemap to the Claude and it has also crawled it and it has the database inside locally available. Now, whatever new things are happening, it will also cross-reference to that and then it will suggest that, okay, this is something new that has happened on this particular competitor's website and you should also add content plan. Now, based on that, you have this content task manager. It gives a priority that, okay, these are the things that you should work on. So the hard part where you don't need to spend a lot of time on what to do, right? You just need to review it. The human in the loop is for reviewing and not to do the very heavy lifting work. You just need to take a decision that, okay, this is for me and this is not for me. And as I've already shown it to you, that I have already archived few tasks. For example, best LinkedIn text formatters in 2026. I don't feel very close to that. This should be there as a article. I've already created the tool, free tool, and that's enough for that much. So in the phase 2, it has the decision. Now coming to the phase 3, it starts writing. For example, I have this particular task T004, right? I can simply go to the Claude and you can see everything works inside the Claude Cowork. Everything sits inside the Claude Cowork. So you have the whole instructions over here. If you have to run any scheduled the cron jobs, that sits over here. It has all the context files over here. So simply if you go to inside the project, which I've given the ThoughtMint SEO as the name, and it has the folder access also where all my files live. So this is the particular folder where all my files sit in, where I have the skills, where I have all the JSON files, and everything else is also there, which has been created in all this different that were there, right? Now coming to the content creation part. So I can simply tell that, okay, you were on 004 task. Look at it. It has picked up that P004 is this particular task, a 3000 pillar post targeting this particular keyword, and this is a content writer skills job. So it has called that particular skill also. And let me set up the tracking and load the skill. So it has loaded the skill, and the file lives in this particular folder, which I have already shown it to you. Now it is reading the writing guidelines doc from the drive, the non-negotiable rules, which lives into the Google Drive. And it has the stats also before writing, the guidelines forbid invented number. So I've already told that you don't need to invent number, you need to be grounded based on the facts. You cannot simply write something, right? Now it has gone into websites and it is pulling the data. Okay, so there is one thing which we need to do. We cannot cite our competitor, the research that has been done by competitor. So that also needs to be updated in the skills. So the skill is a living document. You need to keep updating based on the things which you are, the new things which you are finding out, the living document which you need to keep updating based on the recent happenings. For example, let's say anything new come for the Google update, then you need to update that thing. If Google has rolled out some updates in their search engines, then you need to update your relevant skills. It got some citable data in hand, writing the pillar post now. So as you can see, it has completed the step. It has created the content over. There are 2620 words of brand style copy. I've written that into the skill that you need to write in that particular format. It has also covered the LinkedIn personal branding, that particular keyword. It sits into the H1, and the first 100 words and multiple H2s, it's anchored on real 2026 data until 2014 shifts, because there is still no /blog index page in the repo. Now, after it has run this thing, it is telling me that what next needs to be done. So it is prompting me. I've written that thing. That's how I have improvised it. It took me some time to come to this particular stage by improvising and adding a lot of things into this. Still, there's a huge room for improvement in the whole automation, but this works, and this can take you from 0 to definitely 2-3 steps ahead when you start the SEO. So now it is telling me that you need to run the internal linker skill in inject mode on this draft before publishing. It will verify the links and may add opportunities from the link map. So I'll just run this skill for you so that you see that how it's working. So I ran that internal link injector skill, and it has done the job. It has added, and it is giving the reason that why it added a particular link into that particular blog. It can basically edit my code and will add that draft into that particular, it will create that URL for me. Let me show it to you. I need to give access of that folder in this particular session to Claude Cowork, right? So I'll just add that thing. I go over here and I have this ThoughtMint repo, and then I just click over here, then that's it, open it. And now it has the access to it. So you have that over here, this, as you can see. So I am just giving prompt that you need to edit the repo. I've given you the link. It will access that repo and it will create it for me. So let's do that command and just see that how it goes. Now it has basically kept everything in the draft over there. The changes are done in the local, and it has created this. The repo files are in this particular repo, the exact location where it is. It has told that the components that has been added into that, and everything is there, right? Now it wants me to know that there are two things that I should know. The post is set to status, that is the draft in post.ts. So it renders on localhost, it carries a no index tag. It won't be indexed until you flip it to live. Number one. Number two is the, again, T014, which has been highlighted earlier. So that has not been fixed. Now it is telling me to go live, what needs to be done. So just to show you, I have opened this into the cursor thing, and you can see the article over here. Now it has kept this particular space for featured image, and now it has given me author box, and the photo space is also there, which we can give and it will publish. And now it has kept all this links, and for the wherever the facts has been cited, it has kept that link. It has told that you can try the ThoughtMint free. The CTA is there. The data comes from the Algorithm Insight 2025 report from Refined Labs, and the whole thing is there which you can edit from cursor also. So if you tell Claude Cowork, it will know that what exactly changes has been made as a learning. So better do it from the Claude Cowork itself. Now you can simply go and publish this. So I will not do that for now. I'll just move to the next step. Now for more skills that I have added since I used it over a period of time, I encountered that this also needs to be there to make it more robust. Number 7 skill basically is cluster mapper. So if you write one particular article that falls in some cluster and another article that falls into some other cluster, and you keep doing that and you randomly publish the articles, then it is not going to bring results for you. So if you're working for free tools, then keep working on free tools and complete that cluster first and write everything about and make that house in order. That will bear fruits for you. So that's the reason I created this cluster mapper skill. Another skill is decay monitor. So when your website gets old and you've created a lot of things, many of your pages has been picked, if they started ranking, and then you will see that some of them have started decaying. So in that case, this particular skill comes into the picture. So it will be useful for you if you have an older website and you give the data to Google, you give data to the Claude Cowork, then it will understand it, okay, it is decaying, and it will add into the task manager. The task manager will pick this thing up. 9th thing is very critical, because SEO is not just about Google crawling your website and showing it to the people who are searching on Google itself, right? Now it has become more social. You need to be present on different platforms. You need to share your thoughts on different platforms. So let's say if you publish this particular article that what is personal branding, how to do personal branding, then you need to distribute that article. Where to distribute? On Twitter. You can write a post, you can write an article over there. You need to publish it on Reddit. You need to find where people are talking about personal brand on LinkedIn, and then you can share that particular article link also. You can also write a detailed post, and then in the comment section you can give the link of it. That's the way to distribute your content. It is critical. I Claude that what improvement I can do, and it suggested that you already have the skills for this. So I already had this Reddit writing skill. I already had this post and article writing skill for X. Then I already had YouTube short writing skill. So whatever articles I am posting, I should create a short. That's the way of creating, the whole content hub on different platforms. Basically, you're seeding. So that gives you a ton of traffic, and it compounds over a period of time. So if you keep doing this distribution, it will help you. So that's the reason this skill is very critical and plays a lot of important role in SEO. Now the programmatic SEO, we use Notebook LM. So it has created this whole stamping thing. You have the competitors, right? Now if you pick up the competitors, and you will see that many of the different pages are there where you have this versus pages. For example, ThoughtMint competitor. So your Taplio, Supergrow, Authored, and there are many more are there. In that case, you can create those pages using this programmatic SEO thing. And that is again a cluster. So you have the topical authority or important thing. And these are bottom of the funnel pages and not the top of the funnel pages. So these are money pages, and you need to have this page. These are targeting the keywords like Taplio alternatives. Then in that case, it will come up, right? In that case, that user is already ready to pay. It is just looking for alternatives so that it makes its mind and pay for the tool. So you need to be there. So this is how the whole 10 skill framework works, and you can use this framework. I've added the link in the description. You can just poke it and start using this thing, and you can open the dashboard and it will keep improving. You can also improve the whole skills for yourself. You can edit and customize it for your requirements. If you like this content, then subscribe to this channel, because day 3 of this 14 days business automation series will be coming, where I will be automating another part of business which might be useful for you. Till then, see you the next time. Thank you for watching this.